In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how you can create a Kami assignment in Schoology. If you're unfamiliar with Kami, Kami is an application that works with a variety of different learning management systems and can be used by both teachers and students to annotate on top of PDFs, Word documents, PowerPoint, and even images. Before you begin creating your assignments, you are going to want to make sure that you have the Kami extension installed on the browser that you are using. If you are using one of our school devices, the Kami extension has already been pre-installed for you on the Microsoft Edge browser. If you are going to use the Chrome browser, you will have to perform this install separately. It's very simple steps. You can just go over to Chrome browser and Google install Kami extension, and it will lead you to the correct place to install the extension. Once it's installed, you should see it in your web browser right up at the top next to where the website address bar is. Once you have the Kami extension installed, we're going to shoot on over to Schoology in a second, but you can see here when you create an assignment in Schoology, if you are working on a browser that has the Kami extension installed and Kami has been installed into your Schoology LTIs, you will see a Kami button right over here. So now we're ready to create a Kami assignment in one of our Schoology courses. So I'm going to go down to where I want my assignment to appear, and I'm going to put it in this October folder. So I'm going to click on my green dotted line here so that I can add the assignment where I want it to go in my course, and I'm going to click Add Assignment. And once this pops up, you're going to see it looks typical to a regular Schoology assignment, but instead of attaching another type of file, you're going to be using this Kami button. So I've filled out all the other information that I think my students are going to need to complete this assignment, and I've also set a due date and put it into a category. The next step is to attach the document that I want the students to be able to annotate on, and I'm going to be using Kami to do this. So when you click on the Kami button, if this is the first time you're using Kami, you will probably be prompted to log in. As we are an Office 365 school, there will be a button that says to log in with Microsoft, and you're going to click that and enter your credentials if prompted. And then this will allow you to then navigate to your OneDrive to pick a document that you want the students to work on. So now that Kami has recognized my Office 365 credentials, it has led me directly to my OneDrive, and now I can search for the document that I want the students to annotate on. So I have some worksheets that the students are going to be using, so I'm going to go navigate to where this document is, and you can see here this is the document that I want. So this happens to be a Word document, but these other documents here, I have PDFs and I have images, and those would work as well. So I'm going to click Open, and now it's going to pull that document into the assignment. And if you've used OneDrive assignments or Google assignments before, Kami does the same thing in which it takes your document and makes a copy for each one of your students. So your students are not going to be annotating on top of your original document. So you can see here the attachment is here, and it also reminds you that this will create a copy of the file for each student. One tip that I would recommend, if your students are new to Kami, you may want to include specific instructions on what they are to do when they are in Kami and how to turn in their assignment. When they first open the assignment from you in Schoology, they will see underneath your attachment a button that says Open Kami Assignment. That's what they're going to click on in order to open up the assignment and get the tools necessary to complete this within Kami. They also might be prompted to log in with Microsoft, but generally it does it automatically. And then when finished, there is a Turn In button, which we will see that they are to click on, and then Submit. So these are some helpful instructions if you're just starting out with Kami for your students. So once this is complete, I can click Create, and my assignment is now ready to go. Just to backtrack a little, when you are first logging in, you didn't get to see this pop up on my screen because I've used Kami before, but when you first create your Kami assignment for the first time, this is the screen that you will see, and you will click on with Microsoft, and that will allow you to get into your OneDrive. And as you saw previously, as we were creating the assignment, this is the window, kind of what it's going to look like when your OneDrive has been connected and you are now going to be able to select your file for your assignment. And these are just some of the digitized documents that Kami will support. And the final step, which we demonstrated before, was to fill out all the other information about your assignment. So strongly suggested to give them instructions on how to turn in and submit a Kami assignment, and then click Create, and you're done. Now, before we go, I'm just going to show you what this is going to look like on the student end and where that turn in button is and the submit button, just so that you're aware of when you're creating your directions for your students of exactly where the location is. So now I've popped back over to my Schoology course, and here's that assignment that we had just created. I'm going to click on it, and this is what it's going to look like from the student standpoint, and this is the button that's going to appear for them in order to open up the assignment. So when they click on Open Assignment with Kami, it's going to open this up. It should automatically pick up the student credentials, but if not, they will log in with Microsoft. What it's also doing right now is putting a copy of this assignment in the student's OneDrive. They will have a Kami folder automatically created for them where they can also find these files. So as this document completes its loading, here is the page that they're going to be working on, and here are all the tools on the left-hand side that they will be able to use to complete this assignment. Now, our district does have the paid version of this, so our students will be able to use all of the tools here. If you do see locks on any of the tools, that means you are using the free basic version. Once the students have completed filling out this document, here is the Turn In button that we talked about before. And again, as they are adding things to this, as long as they are online, all the changes will be saved automatically. So if their computer shuts down, loses power, or whatever, they can go back to it and the changes should be saved. So I'm ready to turn this in. I click Turn In. That's not the final step. It's exporting this, and now it's going to jump us back over to Schoology, and we're going to get a pop-up. I'm the teacher, so it won't allow me to submit this, but what will happen is another pop-up will come up asking do they want to submit it, and then we'll click the submit button and the assignment will be submitted. So I hope this helps guide you through the process of creating a Kami assignment. In future videos, I'll show you how to use some of the tools and also how to grade Kami assignments from within Schoology.